Hi guys, it's Sam. I'm here with another art journal page. You'll see I start with the alcohol sprays in dioxazine purple, crimson red, and yellow ochre, I believe. I also use a couple other uh, throughout here that are made out of food coloring, so obviously no special names to them. I'm just lightly spraying, making kind of a color faded background. Next you'll see I pick a stencil and then decide to work on something else real quick here. That is a 4x6 sized Project Life, I believe, sentiment card. It might actually be another brand, I just can't think of the name of the other brand at this moment. I got some on clearance at Michael's, they're a pretty good price, so. Just keep them all in a box so I don't have the packaging to them, unfortunately. Here I'm spraying it with some more of the alcohol inks to make it kind of match the background, or at least coordinate with the background. The yellow and the red mainly. There you go. Now I'm deciding on position of the two things. Here I'll be using Grumbacher modeling paste. It's kind of a light frosting consistency. Just spreading it on a little bit thick, and then I have to hold down the loose pieces of the stencil so it doesn't get underneath it. Making sure it's even, and then I pull it away. And straighten up the lines just by scooping up the pieces that don't belong there. It's pretty easy. Alright, took the stencil to go wash it. Next, we will be using Kaleidoscope embossing powder from Stampin' Stuff. It's clear essentially, but it gives a really cool luminescent rainbowy shade to things, or effect, I guess, to things. But so I poured it on, tapped off the excess, and then I'm going to hit it with the heating gun to melt it. Just takes a little bit of patience, and you gotta keep the heating gun moving so as to not burn it, which I've done. It's the first time I've ever tried embossing powder over modeling paste. It worked out pretty good. Alright. Next I'm going to adhere the sentiment card with matte medium. The matte medium is from, I do this every time, Liquitex. Just spreading it down there like Mod Podge or something. And then I'm putting some over the top so that any extra that got spread on it accidentally will look right, look even. That is a washi tape that I got from Michael's on clearance. I'm not sure of the brand. I believe Tim Holtz, maybe? It's just got butterflies and music notes on it. It's pretty cool stuff. It's just there for decoration. It's not actually holding the card down. Here I am using Recollections brand purple glitter tape. Really pretty stuff. The backing is a pain in the backside to get off. So I had to edit a lot of this part because it was just me picking the backing off and fighting with the backing and trying to get the backing off again. So here I'm just making a tree stalk or tree trunk out of it and some branches. I had to do a lot of editing. Took forever to get that backing off of this. Didn't want to waste your time with that. So I'm just cutting the tape into little skinny pieces and making little branch twiggy type things out of it. And just placing them here and there, wherever I think they look right. And a couple more for good measure. And I believe this is the last one. The only one I didn't have a hard time getting the backing off of. Nope, nope, I'm adding another one. There you go. This item we're using is Studio G. It's the Dollar Bin Michaels glitter glue. Michaels brand glitter glue of Studio G. They use a purple followed by a yellow and teal. I use the teal just for the eye of the bird. You'll see shortly. I'm just doing shadowing with it. Kind of outlining actually with it. There's the yellow. Doing it opposite to purple. And the teal, just a dot for the eye. It's kind of hard to see with this lighting, but it's very noticeable in person. And I believe you can see it good on the last pictures. Right here I'm deciding on where to stamp leaves. And those are from a Martha Stewart card making set of stamps. I do not know the name of it off the top of my head. Or I don't think I even have the packaging anymore. That white thing is a stamp cleaner. It's a Recollections brand stamp cleaner type of thing. The stamp inks are pigment inks from Studio G, again from the Dollar Bin. They work perfectly fine, even though they're cheap. I'm just putting the leaves on semi-randomly, semi-thought out. I always clean them off as I go so I don't forget, and then they get all gunked up. And then those are little acorn bunches. Don't really match the tree, but they were cute. I did them a fairly light color purple. This next set of leaves is from Inkadinkado, and it is their fall season stamp set from last year. It's a set of leaves with a flourish, kind of like they're blowing in the wind. Again, I did them in a decently light color, just so they can be like a background thing. And putting them away real fast, and then I decide to add a few loose leaves from the same stamp that I used on the tree, just here and there. Here I'm putting the ink around the edges of the page, just to make it finish, to make it look right. I usually like to edge my pages for good measure. Here I am using a Purple Pilot Uniball pen, which seemed like a good idea at the time. And I'm just scribbling lines in there randomly. Initially I started out outlining the letters, but it didn't work out so well. So then I decided I would scribble some lines in there, and I realized it was kind of making it all turn the same color. So in just a minute here, you'll see I hit it with a baby wipe to smooth out the color. Just after goodness. My goodness. And there's the baby wipe, and oh no, it made it pink. It made the whole thing pink. Let's keep on rubbing on that puppy until some of that color comes off. Just doing some white outlines, give it some interest, and give the leaves some white spines, or whatever you call them on there, veins. Just those because they're so background. That is a number LV3 Spectrum Noir marker. Just doing some line work on the leaves and tree bits that are in white to make them stand out a little bit more, because they were very flat. And I'm just lightly putting these on here. I'm not doing a ton of anything. There's a couple lines here and there. It makes more sense in the end. Drawing some of the bird parts on. And there you go, finished product. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.